The following is a sports presentation of Q100.
Orleans girls basketball is on the air. WFLQ Q100 presents exciting coverage of Orleans Lady Bulldogs basketball. Tonight's game between the Orleans Lady Bulldogs and the Paoli Lady Rams being brought to you by Boyer Real Estate for residential, commercial, or farm property with offices in Orleans and Paoli. Music Insurance in Orleans for home, farm, health, auto, life, and business. Chipaway Auto Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square. Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for more than 3 decades. Sullivan Financial of Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street, Orleans. Mid-Southern Savings Bank, Highway 37 South in Orleans, banking the way it used to be. And by Orange County REMC, offering affordable long distance. And now Lady Bulldogs basketball. Let's go courtside with Q100's Mike Hamilton and Kevin Terrell.
Tonight, the Lady Bulldogs take a 2-6 record into play as they meet their county and conference rivals, the Paoli Lady Rams, who stand 8-1. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell, and this will be the first league action for both of these squads, and that's kind of the way they want it. Although for the Lady Dogs of Coach Jared Gilbert, they start a span where they will be playing 5 games over the next 10 days, with no less than 4 of them counting in conference action. They'll have Trinity on the road Saturday. That should have been a home game, but with Orleans installing their solar panels, electricity will be off to both the elementary and the high school, so they will play that game in Seymour, and then a big week next week with games at home against West Washington on Tuesday, on the road at Perry Central Thursday, and then back home to face Springs Valley on Saturday. So, Kevin, a very tough stretch upcoming for this Lady Bulldog team, and that follows 2 very tough contests they had with 2 more squads having outstanding years, Lagodi and Salem.
Yeah, sometimes it's not a matter of how you play, Mike. It's a matter of who you play. And the Dogs are definitely in a tough stretch of their schedule tonight against maybe the best team on it, the Paoli Lady Rams, who are really, really playing it well early in the year. 8-1 off to a great start under Scott Blackenmaker. And, hey, Paoli plays up-tempo. They put pressure on you. They play multiple people, multiple defenses, just like he was taught to by his coaches and his mentors at Paoli, Dusty Cole and Mike Brown. It definitely looks like a team that plays like the old Mike Brown teams played. They have a lot of variety. They play with a very up-tempo pace, and they're going to be tough to handle for the Dogs tonight. If the Dogs are able to pull off what it looks like a major upset, they're going to have to control the tempo. They're going to have to make some outside shots, have long possessions that convert into buckets, and somehow hang on the glass some way. One big key tonight, they've got Sheridan Robbins back there, superstar, they hope, freshman. Sheridan has been a great player at the lower levels. She's had a knee injury. She is back tonight. I think she'll get some limited playing time in her first varsity stint. It's going to be fun to watch Sheridan out there and play. I know how hard she's worked in her rehab to get to this point. But, hey, it's a conference game. It's homecoming night. We've got the best pep band, high school pep band in the state of Indiana has been loud and proud already. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Well, certainly the time is now for both of these teams, but the best may be yet to come. Of the 10 starters tonight, only 1 is a senior, and most of the rest of the bench personnel for both these squads are underclassmen. It is Orleans 2-6, Paoli at 8-1, getting set to go at it here at Orleans High School. When we come back, we'll be joined first by head coach Jared Gilbert on the Orleans Girls Basketball Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
This is Orleans Junior forward Audrey Elrod. Thanks for listening to Lady Bulldogs basketball right here on Q100.
This is the Orleans Girls Basketball Report with head coach Jared Gilbert as the Lady Bulldogs play host to Paoli. Well, Coach, it's been a couple of weeks since we last had you on, but what a thrilling game it was with Jackie Gherkin's last-second shot beating Christian Academy. Gave you a week off over the Thanksgiving weekend. You came back with a couple of games last week against Lagodi and Salem. Just kind of lump those two games together and just give us your assessment of how you felt the girls played.
Well, we came back and we really didn't play real well against Lagodi and had pretty disappointing, I thought, outing. We went there and just weren't really ready to play, and they were just tougher than we were, and we didn't compete like we needed to. And then, we went back Wednesday and really worked and started, really competing, I thought, in practice the way that we needed to, and played a really good Salem team and came out and had a lot more fire to us, and we got after them pretty good. We did a couple things to slow down a couple of their key scores, and for the most part, I was pleased with the effort, and if we felt like if we could have that effort, we would have been in the game Tuesday night. So it was a good learning experience, I thought, for the girls to understand, look what we did Tuesday and then look what we did Thursday. And neither resulted in a win, obviously, which is our ultimate goal. But at the same time, at this point of the year and with the caliber of teams we were playing, we just showed you that, what we were capable of with that effort. So I think we learned a lesson, and hopefully that'll carry over here going forward.
Coach, we brought this up before in previous conversations, and we touched a little bit about this on Sports Chat last night, but a lot of interchangeable parts, and probably 7 or 8 girls that could probably start any one of your games. But in terms of the combinations and the rotations, how is that working out right now?
We've kind of experimented with different lineups, and we're still working. That could change, from game to game, depending on who we feel is the best matchup for our team, and I think for the most part the girls have handled that well. I don't really feel like we've had anybody that have maybe went to the bench from starting and really hung their heads, and they've continued to work hard and try to do what they can do. And I think for the most part the girls understand their roles. They've done a good job of accepting those, and whether it's coming off the bench and or starting, that they just know that they got to bring something positive for our team and to be the best that we can be. And we've talked to them quite a bit about what we expect out of them and their roles, and so they I think understand them, and they know what we expect out of them. So it's not a big surprise, and we'll keep kind of tweaking it as the year goes on. Hopefully by the end of the year we'll have what we feel like is a group that we can go out and compete with, and hopefully have some success with.
Another thing we touched on in Sports Chat was what you've got coming up on the schedule. Easily the most compacted part, because between tonight and your Springs Valley game a week from Saturday, 5 different games, including 3 coming up next week, all in conference play. As you look ahead to this, and I'll probably ask you once we're done how you look at it in retrospect, but what are you looking at in terms of the approach?
It's definitely just one game at a time, and we start out with a huge challenge here tonight with Paoli, and it's one of those where you'd like to try to win all your home games, because with the conference the way it is, I feel like anybody can beat anybody on a given night, and you got to be ready to play, because you're going to be challenged no matter whether you're home or away and who you're playing. It's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be a battle every night, and so we got our work cut out for us. But at the same time, I feel like we can come up and hopefully get a couple wins, and maybe you got to win your home games, I think, to have a chance at the conference, and that's always one of our goals, is try to finish as high as we can, and to win a conference. And you gotta definitely take care of your home floor. So we have 3 of the 4 on our home floor here before Christmas, and we definitely got to bring the energy and definitely play our best to have a chance to win those.
Well, let's focus a little bit more on this Paoli team. What are some of the strong points of this Lady Ram squad?
Well, they're just strong, really. They play about 8, 9, 10 girls, and they don't lose a lot when they go to their bench. So they play a lot like we do. I feel like they're a physical team. They are going to play from one end to the other the whole time. There's no relaxing in this game. I mean, they're going to press. They're going to trap. They're going to get after you from the tip till the end of the game, and we have to do a good job of handling the press. I think that's the key. And one thing that Salem hurt us really, probably more than anything else, was fast break points where would turn us over and go score. And you don't really have any defense for that. So we have to do a good job of handling the press. That's what we've worked on here for the past week. And we got to keep them off the glass. I mean, they're big and physical, and we have to do a good job on the boards. And it's going to take a great team effort to do that and try to slow the Chastain girl down. But they have other weapons. The Rice girl's a good player. The Baker girl's been really impressive. So we'll definitely have our hands full, and we'll go out and hopefully compete the way that we can and give ourselves a chance come the fourth quarter.
You're a little more rested and having not played in a week. Paoli played Tuesday against Lanesville. Are you hoping to maybe use that to your advantage?
Yeah, anytime you can get some rest, and you got to try to take advantage of that. And it's one of those things where we got to see him play Henryville on Saturday. Our girls got to see him, and so we know what I think to expect. And but we at the same time the pace of the game, the way that they play, it's hard to simulate in practice how fast it is, and unless you actually see it and play against it, it's difficult. But I do think that being rested, that we should come out with a lot of energy and be excited about it. It's a homecoming, and there's a lot of things going on tomorrow night that the girls should be excited about. So, it's a rivalry game, and a lot of things that should get you up. But we're trying to get to the point where no matter who we're playing, we want to have our best effort. And but sometimes a rivalry game may mean a little bit more to them, and hopefully we'll come out with the effort that we need.
All right. I'm sure they'll be ready to go. Thanks as always for the talk, Coach. Go out and get them tonight.
Thank you.
And this has been the Orleans Girls Basketball Report with head coach Jared Gilbert as the Lady Bulldogs take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Joined now by the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, Scott Blankenbaker. And Coach, always great to catch up to you. And boy, what a start for your basketball squad here at the outset. Just talk a little bit about what have been some of the keys to the success.
I think the girls are working pretty hard. I think each day it seems like we're getting a little better defensively and starting to hold some teams to under 40 points, which is kind of been a goal of ours. And if we continue that way, by the end of the season, going into the tournament, that's kind of where we want to be. We want to be, we want to be able to hold a team down and really lock down on defense, and we're getting a little better in that as the season goes along.
Some of the things I hear about your squad that are a little bit recurring are depth and rebounding. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we're doing pretty well on the boards. It was a little shaky start the first couple of games, but right now we're doing pretty good blocking people out and controlling the basketball. We want, for every game, we want to make sure that we do win the rebounding battle. I always feel and have felt for 25 years, if you win the rebounding battle, you're going to have a good shot at winning the game, and so that's one of our main focuses going into every game. And, for the most part, we're doing a pretty good job of that.
Would young but experience maybe apply to your club?
It is. We are young. We've got 2 seniors, and they're doing a great job. But for the most part, we're young. We were talking just a little while ago. We're pretty deep. We're about 9, 10 deep on the bench, and it's mainly sophomores and juniors. And we feel like that conditioning is going to be a big part of our game this season, and we want to make sure that we can get into someone's bench. It's not often that you see a girls' high school basketball team that can rotate in 7, 8, 9, 10 girls and not really drop off much. And we've got a sophomore class that we're not big. They're not big by no means, but they are very quick and they defend really well. So we're starting to use them quite a bit more, and it's helping give breaks to the ones that need breaks when they need them really bad. So we're going to try to push the pace a lot and defend and try to get up in somebody and force turnovers.
Okay. Well, you kind of partly answered my next question. Was you had already talked about the emphasis on defense and in terms of what you like to do on the offensive end?
Offense, we want to try to, some teams have played us zone a lot this year, and for good reason. And we want to try to get the ball out on a rebound and push the break as fast as we can. We want to get down the floor within 2 dribbles and try to do something as far as, get into our first 1 or 2 options of the break. And if that doesn't happen, then we can pull it back out. But we want to try to run and gun a little bit. We've got a team that 1 through 5 can handle the ball. And we've only got 1 kid on the team, and that's Anna Hutchison. When she's in the game, I tell her, you're not to bring the ball up the floor. Everybody else can. So whoever gets the rebound, we're going to run out and go and try to get an easy bucket on the other end.
Do you feel like this Orleans team can give you a good test tonight?
Oh, I think so for sure. Jared does a really good job with them, and I think they're a physical team. I think they're going to be a team that could give us fits, and, I think he'll throw some different defenses at us. We've got to come out, and like I've told our girls for most part of the season, we got to come out and play our game. We don't want to, and I'm not discounting anyone that we've played to this point, but we don't want to play at the level of a competition. We want to play at our level, where I believe we should be at. And if we play at that level, then I think we're going to be able to be in most of the games we play this year.
Okay. Any other keys as far as what the girls need to do out on the floor?
I think we need to rebound well. I've got to watch Orleans a couple of times this year, and I think they rebound pretty well. They're not real big. They've got a couple of decent-sized girls, but I think they crash the boards pretty hard. So, we're really going to work on trying to block out and only allow them 1 shot attempt before we can go the other way with it.
Coach, thanks for spending time with us. Again, congratulations to the great start so far. Always love when our Orange County teams do well. Certainly tough for us when you're playing within each other, I guess, but we wish you the best not only tonight, and we'll look forward in January when you get ready to play spring.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
And that is Scott Blankenbaker, the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Lady Bulldogs take on Paoli. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and DECA batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State-certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
Doghouse in Orleans. We get set for girls basketball as the Lady Bulldogs and Lady Rams go at it. King crowning as well. We'll go into our candidates and who the winner was a little bit later. But for now, we're ready to take a look at the lineups in the contest. Here to give us the rundown, our very own Kevin Carroll.
Well, it's Paoli, who looks like they might be the kings of the court at Orange County in girls basketball, ranked number 9 in 2A by the computer. They're 8-1, and they're a 30-point favorite if you believe the so-called experts online. We'll see how that transpires tonight. For the Rams, they go with this lineup. Callie Baker, 7.1 a game. She's a 5'6 senior. Madison Street alongside her, 5'4 and a junior. Jacqueline Rice, who killed us a year ago, is in there again. 5'11 as a junior. She scores 15.3 a game. Next to Keaton Chastain, 16.2 a game for Keaton, 5'10 and a junior. And Bella Brewster, 5'10 and a junior, starts next to her. She scores nearly 8 a game for Scott Blankenbaker in his second year. He's 21 and 13. 10 Paoli coaches since the year 2000. It looks like Coach Blankenbaker may be here for a lot longer than most of them have been. For Orleans, they go this way. They're 2 and 6 on the season, and they've lost 8 in a row. The Paoli trying to figure out a way to pull off a huge upset that would reverberate all across southern Indiana. They go this way. Jacqueline Gerken, 5'7 and a sophomore, scoring just over 2 a game. Peyton Blanton, the freshman, 5'6. She's in there scoring 4.9 a game. Maddie Jones, 5'7 and a junior. Haley Powell, 5'8 and a freshman in there, 8.1. And Audrey Elrod, 5'7 and a junior in the starting lineup tonight. We expect to see Sheridan Robbins make her varsity debut at some point. She's 5'8 and a freshman on the Orleans bench to start it. We're getting ready to tip it off here at the Doghouse. And that's Pet Band in the State just finished the fight song and everything else. We're ready to tip it off. And here to bring us the play-by-play, our very own Mike Hamilton.
All right, Kevin Terrell, thank you very much. Hello again, everyone. DJ Horton, Greg Hammond, and Darren Wagner, our officials. Haley Powell getting set to jump it with Keaton Chastain. Orleans moves left to right in the first half of play, and the tip knocked out of bounds, and they will give it to, I believe, Orleans. And they're going to call a traveling violation here on Audrey Elrod as they set her up on the high screen and then got her the ball, and she tried to drive down the lane, got called for the walk.
Sloppy passing there. They hit her in the foot. She ended up struggling to just gain control of it and traveled. Orleans got to take care of the ball better, and they got to rebound the ball well and out against Paoli. You can't give up 20 or 30 extra shots to the Rams.
Madison Street works it off now to Callie Baker, and the senior shuffled her feet before she released the pass, so the teams trade turnovers on their initial possession.
Paoli going with full court pressure with the ball on the side out of bounds. You'll see a lot of variety of defenses by Paoli. Expect some half-court trap, variety of different full-court pressures, and Orleans has got to be able to handle them all.
Getting into the front court, Maddie Jones cross-courts it to Haley Powell, drives along the baseline, puts up the shot, draws the first foul of the night.
That's what you want to do. You want to throw over the top of it if you can against this Paoli pressure, and you want to attack the basket. Don't even bother trying to set up offense, I don't think, and try to run clock. Just continue to attack and attack and attack and make Paoli pay the price if they're going to extend their defense against you.
And the freshman Haley Powell at the line sees her first free throw roll out the side. Keaton Chastain, the game's first personal. And Haley's second free throw, hoping to put Orleans on the board. It does not. And the rebound yanked down by Jacqueline Rice. Just underway from Orleans. Lady Rams with a basketball in the front court. Chastain jumps it off now to Rice on the dribble. Hands it back off now to Baker.
Dogs in a 2-3 zone is rather amoeba-like. They're going to shift a little bit depending on how Paoli plays it, but by and large, they're intending it to be a 2-3 zone.
Bounce pass right side to Rice. Cross-courts it now to Brewster. Bella Brewster hands it back to Baker, down to the corner of the street. Back to Baker for a three-point try that is off target. Rebound Chastain, lost the handle, loose on the floor, and Haley Powell picks it up now for Orleans. No score. We're a little over a minute old. Blanton into the front court. Had her pass tipped, but it's picked up, though, by Jackie Gherkin. Jackie on the dribble out front. Had a tip pass again. Ball knocked free. Picked up by Chastain. And as she tries to head it back the other way, a reach-in foul will go on Orleans. And Audrey Elrod picks up the personal as Orleans a little careless on two of their first three possessions.
So important to be strong with the basketball in the pass fake, Mike. You can get Paoli to shift and move, and there's all these different defenses. Don't lose their patience as they gamble for steals, but you got to pass fake and be strong with the ball.
Madison Street can't get the three to go. Jackie Rice to rebound, missed it, got her own rebound, hooked it in low to Keaton Chastain, whose layup would not go, but free throws upcoming here. As that time Paoli doing a nice job of crashing the offensive glass.
Right now we just can't get a rebound, out-rebounded by a big-time margin last year. That's going to be a major problem tonight as Paoli is tall and aggressive on the glass.
And Keaton Chastain, just a 46% free throw shooter. You wouldn't know it by her first attempt. Got nothing but the bottom of the net. Second free throw on its way is short. The rebound tapped away by Rice, and it will belong to the Lady Bulldogs. They're in white. Red numbers, red letters, red trim. Paoli in their traveling gold uniforms with the purple outline, purple numbers, and letters and trim. Short jumper on the right wing, missed by Haley Powell, as that was the first shot attempt of the evening for the Lady Dogs. Now, Jackie Rice showing her range from downtown. She's listed as a center, but like you see so many pros, those guys can go out and shoot the perimeter shot. And she has given Paoli a quick 4-0 lead. Nearly a turnover, and now it is, as again, Orleans careless in the offensive court. There goes Rice down the lane, had her shot spin out. Rebound taken down by Chastain, and a held ball as reaching in that time was Jackie Gherkin to force the held ball, but it will stay on Paoli's end. First substitutions here. Sydney Moon has entered the lineup now for Orleans, the 5'7" junior at 4 points per contest. As it'll be Street to get it in. Baseline it comes to Chastain. Had it knocked out of her hand, picks it up, gets it back to Street, whose three out of the right corner would not go. And the rebound to Haley Powell. 4-0 Paoli. Orleans still looking for the first points of the game. Blanton out front, swings it around to Moon. Looks like she got tripped up, got it off to Haley, drives the baseline, put the little short jumper short. Now here's Paoli running. Chastain into the front court, throws up the jumper, no good. Peyton Blanton tried to get over and block the shot and ends up picking up the personal foul.
Good job by the Rams to get the rebound, outlet the ball. It's so critical to transition basketball. That first pass after a rebound, you got to put it over your head and throw it up floor. Paoli did that, got their running game going, outnumbered their Bulldogs on the break, and able to drive in and get two shots at the line.
Now we're seeing maybe why Chastain, only a 46% foul shooter after hitting her first. She's missed two straight. That one would not go. Rebound tapped around, and we're going to get an over-the-back foul here on the new person that just checked into the lineup, Anna Hutchison. She's the tallest one on the floor at 6 feet, a senior at 4 points per contest. So that is the first substitution for Scott Blankenbaker. Orleans breaks the pressure. They're still looking for their first basket of the game. We're 3 minutes in on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Blanton out front, bounces away to Elrod on the right side. Ball above the head, baseline to Moon. Sidney brings it out to the wing, being hawked out there by Baker. Turns, almost threw it away, picked up by Blanton, takes it to the right side, pulls up for a 12-footer, overshot it, and now we're going to get Haley Powell over the back of Anna Hutchison for a rebounding foul.
Right now our shots, which we're not a good shooting team anyway, that's face-packed, but we're very rushed and very hurried on everything. Everything is not in rhythm as we're getting sped up by the Paoli pressure. We're not turning it over nearly as bad as you might think at some point, but we are being sped up by Paoli's defense, and it's affecting our accuracy on the shots.
Paoli just off to a 1 of 6 start. Orleans has missed all 3 of theirs. Cross-court pass to Bella Brewster, who launches a 3 from the right side and knocks it down. This is a Paoli team that can hit those perimeter jumpers, and they've raced out to a quick 7-0 lead as they allow Haley Powell to drive down the lane. Left the shot short, and now we're going to get a rebounding foul, and I think it's going to be on Haley Powell again. And the freshman, a little frustrated here, has just picked up her 2nd personal foul.
That was a really good call by Darren White. I don't often say it about really good calls by officials, but that was a good one. Darren came out from the outside right there. That was a pretty obvious foul, I thought, coming over the back, but it was difficult to see before the official underneath, and Darren made the right call from out in front of the Paoli bench.
So that'll
5
allow
fouls already on Orleans.
Jared Gilbert to bring in Sheridan Robbins, their heralded 5'8" freshman, tore ACL back in March, and now finally getting her first look as they tried the little pick and roll between Rice and Chastain. And as they tried to go in low to Chastain, Sydney Moon reaches around and commits the foul. And Kevin, that's already 16 fouls on Orleans. We're just halfway through the opening quarter, and Paoli's going to be in the bonus the rest of the half. Here is Rice looking for her 2nd 3, didn't get it, and the rebound pulled out of there by Robbins. She'll bring it into the front court herself, pulls up, bounces away to Blank. Fellow freshman over now to Jones. Maddie goes right side to Elrod. Elrod on the dribble, takes it through the key, slides off the screen, puts up the shot, no good, but a foul on the drive. And this one's going to go on Keaton Chastain, and now the Lady Rams leading scorer has picked up 2 early fouls. So good for Orleans. Bad for Paoli, certainly, as Chastain will sit down and Bella Brewster back in. Off the inbounds, taken away by Jacqueline Rice. Orleans still looking for their first points. We played 4.5 minutes. They allow Rice to go down the lane. Lost the handle, loose on the floor, picked up by Elrod. Audrey runs the floor, hands off to Sydney Moon, who takes it down the lane, scoops it up with the left hand, and got it.
Good to break the ice of a Paoli turnover, tasted their own medicine, and the Rams turned it over again on the travel. So back-to-back turnovers. They've got 4 already. Trying to play that up-tempo game. Not a little bit loose with it are the Rams, and Orleans hanging in there, down 7-2.
Quickly into the front court, it goes off to Moon, bounces away to Jones at the free throw line, baseline to Robbins, looking for her first career point, and couldn't get it to go from 16 feet on the right side, and the Rams rebounded. Out front, this is Callie Baker. Over to Street, fakes the 3, works it around to Brewster. Rice, in low to Hutchison for a 10-footer, and she banks it off the window and in.
Good ball movement by the Rams. They got the ball to the second side, reversed it, got it inside the interior of the Orleans zone, and now the Dogs turn it over again, trying to throw a long pass against the press. They've coughed it up 5 times already.
As it's back to a 7-point lead. As Brewster looking for her second 3. Good! Boy, everything going right for the Lady Rams. They don't do anything flashy, but man, all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard, and the Lady Dogs down 12-2 on the Busick Insurance scoreboard with 2:25 remaining here in the opening quarter of play. For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event. Rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans. Call 865-1313. That's 865-1313.
Like Paoli playing in transition, taking those quick 3s. They know they can chase them down on the glass, so they're willing to take the quick shot to try to up the tempo. And right now the Dogs just got to dig in and hang on somehow.
Paoli's already put up 7 3-pointers and have converted 3 of those. They're up by 10 as Robbins in the backcourt hands off to Moon. Again, Paoli extending their pressure. They work it in low to Brooklyn Knight, who's just checked in. Hands off to Robbins. Kicks it off to Jenna Whalen, who's also in there. So Jared Gilbert going deeper into his bench. Jenna, 5'7" senior, and Brooklyn Knight, a 5'4" sophomore. Jenna, right baseline. They post up Moon. turns on Street, left the shot right in front of the rim short, and Jacqueline Rice claims the rebound now for Paoli, trying to extend their lead with 1:45 to go as they work it into Rice. Quick shot off the glass, and good. And Paoli schooling Orleans right now. It is 14-2.
This is what we feared. Paoli just getting off to a big-time start, and Orleans unable to score against the high-powered Paoli offense.
There's Knight as Orleans breaks the pressure. They work it around to Elrod out beyond the arc. Audrey drives it into the foul line, lost the handle, picked up by E.B. Kirby, a 5'4 sophomore who's checked in now. As we said, both these teams can go pretty deep on their bench.
What a pass.
Cross courts it to Brewster, who takes it in on Moon, little fall away around, and it goes.
That was a one-handed cross-court pass, a West Virginia pass, I would call that, as you kind of go baseline and throw it across court to the other corner one-handed. Really well done by Paoli, and you can see that why the Rams are as highly regarded as they are.
And Jared Gilbert needs time once again as he burns his second timeout. 1:02 to go, opening quarter on the Music Insurance scoreboard. Paoli's run out to a 16-2 lead on the Lady Bulldogs. Back with more Orleans girls basketball in just a moment.
Need some excavation work for a farm pond, waterway, basement, septic tank, or road grading? Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619. Lots of people know about Doherty's septic tank and sewer line installation and cleaning, but that's not the whole story. David Doherty is also a licensed plumbing contractor who loves doing the whole 9 yards. When you need to move 9 yards or more, get a free estimate from someone who has a full line of equipment to handle any job. Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619.
Lady Bulldogs trying to recover from a 16-2 hole, and they just turned it over in the backcourt that leads to an easy layup by Callie Baker, and this one getting out of hand quickly for Orleans as they are really struggling against the full court pressure, and they just lost it again.
8th turnover on the Dogs in this quarter.
Making the three is Street, drives to the baseline, kicks it out of the wing to Kirby, and she's called for a traveling violation. Paoli right now on an 11-0 run. They scored the first 7, then after the basket by Sydney Moon, Paoli's come back with 11 straight. And they just turned it over again, did Orleans, as Rice stole it, took it down the lane, and missed it. And then as Peyton Blanton tried to bring it back the other way for Orleans, they'll get Jacqueline Rice for a reach-in foul, her first.
We're getting as much of a dose of Rice as we can handle. All sorts of helpings of Jacqueline Rice. She's already got 6 rebounds, and she is the most active, aggressive player on the floor, hurting us badly on both ends.
There is Blanton, Gherkin, ahead to Jones, to Sydney Moon down the lane, threw it up too hard. Rebound pulled out of there now by Baker. Takes it to the left side, throws it into the lane to Brewster, and she traveled with the basketball. Paoli putting those little stutter step moves, and the officials, they're not going to let you get away with those.
Yeah, they're not catching the ball low. They're catching it standing up too high, just making them lose their balance as they take off. Got to catch the ball lower if you're Paoli.
And Orleans breaks the pressure, allowing Sheridan Robbins to take it down the lane and score her first ever varsity points with less than 10 seconds to go. And then a quick shot here by Callie Baker, an air ball, as Paoli had to hurry it up on the final seconds of this opening quarter. So it won't be as bad as it could have been. At least the run is over, but Orleans has some work to do. We've played one at the Doghouse in Orleans between these two Orange County rivals. And on the Music Insurance scoreboard, it's the Lady Rams 18, the Lady Bulldogs 4. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Do you ever get financial headaches? If so, come see me, Chris Manship, branch manager at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, in Orleans and Mitchell, and let us be the solution for all your financial needs. Here at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, we have proudly served our community since 1886. We value and cherish the relationships that we have built over the years. We are also proud to serve in Orange, Floyd, Lawrence, and Washington counties. You know us. We're your neighbors, your friends, and we consider you family. Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell, at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Orleans Junior forward Audrey Elrod. Thanks for listening to Lady Bulldogs basketball right here on Q100.
And the difference thus far, Orleans starting with the ball to start the second quarter. A three missed by Sheridan Robbins. And then down on the other end, they work it in low, and Callie Baker with an easy layup. And Paoli now up 20-4 as they continue to pour it on. Now they work it in low to Maddie Jones. Her fall away no good. She gets her own rebound out to Robbins. 16-footer, good.
Just keep feeding the freshman, lurk as many open jump shots as he can and live with the result. Paoli just passing the ball extremely well. I'm very impressed with their ability to pass and catch the ball with one hand.
Lob in low to Rice, double teamed underneath the basket, and we're going to get an Orleans foul.
That was a difficult pass to Rice. That's what I'm talking about. She was able to jump up and catch it with her right hand on the move and pull it down strong. That's something that the Orleans kids just don't quite have the athleticism at this point to be able to do. But Rice, on the other hand, is a major force and a major beast in there. She's been on beast mode here early, controlling things on both ends for the Rams.
That foul on Maddie Jones is her second, but it's the 17th foul, so Paoli will be in the bonus the rest of the half. They were 1 for 4 at the line, all 4 of those free throw attempts by Keaton Chastain. Still on the bench with 2 fouls, and Rice gets her 6th point as that free throw goes in. Paoli 7 of 15, including 3 of 8 from beyond the arc in the opening quarter. Orleans a dismal 2 of 9. Second free throw good as well. The lead at 16. That matches the biggest for Paoli at 22-6. Again, Paoli continuing with full court pressure. They work into the front court to Gherkin. Jackie backs it out on the dribble, clears it away left side to Robbins. Turns on Audrey Blankenbaker. A little fall away is a beauty. Boy, oh boy. Sheridan Robbins coming in and paying immediate dividends. She has 6 of the Orleans 8 points here on the Busick Insurance scoreboard, and she's about the only one that's keeping the Lady Dogs even close right now.
We got to talk more about that as the night goes on. Sheridan worked so hard. It's a great move inside again by Rice. But Sheridan worked so hard. I talked to her trainer today, Mike, who helped her rehab that injury. She get back very quickly, and she was obsessive in her work ethic to get ready for this game and ready for this season. Really proud of her out there playing so well.
And she'll launch another shot from the right side. It's no good. Fight for the rebound. We'll have a held ball. Back on the other end, that was an explosive move by Jacqueline Rice as she powered past Maddie Jones on the drive to the basket for her 9th point already to make it 24-8. And here with the held ball, the arrow pointing towards the Lady Rams.
Dogs have went man-to-man. The zone was not particularly effective, couldn't rebound out of it, so we'll play man for a while and see what happens.
Street lobs it into Rice,
nice
posting
move.
up off the glass, fake left, turn right, and no answer right now by Orleans for Jacqueline Rice, who's got 11. And then almost a steal by Blankenbaker, picked up by Robbins, kicks it off to Knight, who takes it down the lane, missed it. Rebound by Robbins, overshot it, and the rebound pulled out of there now by Madison Street. So everything going Paoli's way. They lead by 18, 5:20 to go here in this first half of play. I am surprised. You talked about the Sagarin ratings, Kevin, but as far as the actual polls, Paoli not ranked, which is surprising. Oh, what a feed. It was tipped, and I think Jackie Rice intentionally tipped it toward the basket so she could grab it and lay it in. She has 8 already here in the period, 13 in the game, and continuing to pull away is Paoli, although trying to keep him close is Sheridan Robbins, who just hit another wing jumper from about 10 feet away. She's got 8 now. Rice again. Yeah! Wow! Jacqueline Rice and Fuego now has got 16 as she pops home her second 3 of the night.
Minute Maid Rice for her. She's on fire early, just microwaving it up there.
And Sheridan Robbins trying to match her shot for shot, but her 3 from the left side hits the side of the rim and ricochets out of bounds.
Well, despite the score, this has become a really entertaining game to watch. Paoli plays with a lot of flair, a lot of style, a lot of one-handed passes, doing a lot of the things I really like watching. And then, as expected, Sheridan Robbins has come in firing for Orleans. She's going to get a lot of points in her career, Mike. You can just know that.
Right. More substitutions for Paoli. We'll talk about those as Madison Street takes it to the right side, circles back out, dumps it off now to Callie Baker. They've got Sierra Manship, a 5'7" sophomore in there, as there's a tip pass by Sydney Moon. And also in the lineup, Madison Cunningham, a 5'5" sophomore. So we heard Scott Blankenbaker in the pregame say he likes to go 9 and 10 deep, and that's what he's done here. But Jared Gilbert pretty much matching that as well. What a feed down low to Cunningham. She probably should have put the shot up. Nice convergence there by Haley Powell, and as Cunningham tried to pass it, it was knocked away. Now here's Baker out of the corner, air ball to 3, but Cunningham, the weak side rebound, circles it back out on top and gives it off to Baker, hawked out there by Audrey Elrod. Hands off to Street. Now to Manship, back to Street. Picks up the dribble, bounces away to Baker. This is probably the longest we've seen Paoli in the half court here as they continue to work it around on the perimeter against the zone. Now Cunningham drives the baseline, pulls up for a 10-footer, and they're going to call a 3-second violation here on the Lady Rams.
Good job by the Rams to finally reverse the ball. They got stuck on the right side there a lot of that possession. That's why it took so long. They finally drove a bad closeout and had an easy drive at the bucket. But Greg Hammond come flying out of there with a 3-second call. That's the 7th Paoli turnover.
3:23 to go in the half, 31-10. Paoli. Moon crosses the 10-second line, takes it to the baseline to Haley Powell, who has an uncontested path to the basket but left it short. Chastain, the rebound, gets tied up by Sheridan Robbins, and the ball will go back to the white-shirted Lady Bulldogs. Sheridan Robbins on the floor with Haley Powell, Peyton Blanton, Sydney Moon, and Audrey Elrod. So Jared Gilbert with 3 rookies out there on the floor. Pass thrown out long, tip, but picked up now by Moon. Sydney at the top of the key, picks up the dribble, looks, fires it right side to Elrod. Looking to post up Haley Powell. Can't get it into her. Now they're going to call a foul here on Callie Baker, who was riding Audrey Elrod deep on that right side.
That's one of the funnier reactions you'll see on a foul call from a player. Kelly Baker, I think we can safely assume, did not like the call of DJ Horton. That was hilarious. They'll get a good laugh at that when they see it on tape.
So she tips the pass and steals it. She's on the break to the other end, lays it up, and missed it, but right there for the rebound. Oh, it's Keaton Chastain. She blew the bunny. Scramble for the loose ball. Elrod gets it off now to Peyton Blanton. His body's still on the floor here. Peyton being hawked out there by Street. Hands it off now to Moon. 2:38 to go in the half. Orleans trailing by 21. Little crossover move by Sydney Moon. I think they're going to call a kick here on Paoli, so it'll be out of bounds to Orleans. Rice and Brewster back in. Out will go Hutchison and Manship.
Skip the time on the shelf. Has cooled off the Rice idiot all, but she's been
what a half.
As good as anybody I've seen all year in this first half.
She's already reached her average. Actually, she's exceeded it by 1. 15 points per game. She's got 16 already here in this first half.
And she's nearing a double-double, too. I've got her for 8 rebounds already, too.
Here's Moon out front. Token pressure by Chastain. Sends it on the right side now to Elrod. Audrey off the foul screen and Yeah, they're going to get Haley for the illegal screen. That was pretty obvious there. She stuck her knee out, and Haley has just picked up her third personal foul, so not good news there for Orleans. She'll come out. Jackie Gherkin will replace her. And now Madison Cunningham back in for Paoli. And taking a break is Madison Street.
Dogs will try the 1-3-1. Paoli has been able to pretty much handle this with some good sharp passing. See how the Rams are going to attack from a strategic standpoint. Likely they'll try to overload one side. We'll see.
Here is Baker. Works it over now to Brewster. Now they lob it in low to Rice for the catch. Missed it. Actually, that's Chastain with the catch. And tried to go up again, and this time draws the personal foul.
Pretty good lob pass. Orleans got to get more active with their hands in that zone. It's kind of a stationary zone where they're not really getting a lot of activity out of it, and their hands are down, so Paoli able to lob the ball rather over the top of it and hit people behind the zone. Got to get more active if you're the Dogs.
Chastain with her second point. Both at the line as that free one good. Next one up, off target. She's now just 2 of 6 at the line. Audrey Elrod rebounds it. But it's a 22-point Paoli lead, late stages first half. Robbins out front to Moon, sends it around on the right wing to Gherkin. Back up top to Robbins. She's going to line up a three. It would not go. Rebound picked up by Cunningham. Stolen away underneath the basket by Audrey Elrod, and she takes it in and lays it up. Good.
May have been fortunate to get away with a foul there on Cunningham.
Here's Chastain forcing her way inside, just leaning in against Sydney Moon and going off the glass and hitting the short jumper.
It was a strong move, putting her right shoulder into the defense, using her leverage to fight off the defender.
Both teams getting the ball into the front court in a hurry, and there's a travel on Jackie Gherkin. So 34-12 now as we approach a minute remaining here before halftime. Chastain out. And Scott Blankenbaker wants to guard against their leading scorer, picking up her third foul before halftime. Here's Street into the front court, off down to Baker, back to Street left side, down to the corner it goes to Cunningham, beats it back out to Baker, baseline to Brewster, lines up a three out of the corner, would not go, but Rice there for the putback, wouldn't go, but more free throws upcoming as, again, Orleans cannot figure out what to do with Jacqueline Rice.
Well, they tried just fouling her right there. They'll send her to the line. Jacqueline has been a dominant force tonight. Can't brag enough about her. She's aggressive. She's strong. She's got great hands. And she's just stronger and more athletic than anybody we have. And it's not going to be any fun, Mike, because she's just a junior. We'll have to do this all over one more time 360-some-odd days from now.
Yeah. Rice misses the first free throw. That foul on Peyton Blanton is her second, so she'll come out, replaced by Brooklyn Knight. 44 seconds to go before intermission. That free throw is good, and Jackie Rice has 17 now. She still outscored Orleans by herself. More full court pressure comes into Whalen. Throws it into the front court. Intended for Robbins, intercepted by guess who? Jacqueline Rice, who sidesteps one defender, tries to take it down low, and then had her pass tipped away, or are they going to say it belongs to Orleans?
They do.
That was lost it out of bounds.
That was almost going to be a really good move. She tried to Euro step her right, and not a move a lot of girls can make, and she lost the ball when she tried to do it. Good effort by Rice, but it ends up being the 9th Paoli turnover.
Here's Elrod bringing it up against pressure, being hawked out there by Baker. Hands off now on the right side to Robbins. Sheridan Robbins drives it through the lane, takes it down low, puts up the shot, no good, but does draw the cotton pass.
Sheridan very comfortable going to her left. She's already made a couple shots with her left hand around the basket, and she was dribbling hard with a straight line drive. That time to her offhand, and she'll earn 2 trips to the line.
First free throws of her career, and the first one is up and good. So what a debut here for the freshman. I know Jared Gilbert was salivating to get her back in, and she's lived up to those expectations here in the first half. And that one swishes home, so 10 first half points for Sheridan Robbins, and You know, she probably won't stay out of the starting lineup very long.
Well, you see the future is going to be bright for the Dogs playing 3 freshmen this many minutes. It's just the growing pains of getting there.
Right. Here's Rice into the front court, and she got the ball up around her face, and it's going to be called for a palming violation. So let's see if Orleans can get a basket here. 15 seconds left before the end of the half and try to get at least a little semblance of momentum. They're trying to get the ball inbounds. They finally do to Moon. Sydney, little crossover move, crosses the 10-second line, kicks it off to Jenna Whalen for a wide-open three that comes up short. Rebound, Sydney, Moon back up good. 4 seconds to go in the half. Ball inbounded to Street, crosses the 10-second line, and she won't get the shot off before time expires here in this first half of play. So while it may not make a whole lot of difference in terms of the margin, hopefully the basket by Sydney Moon will kind of set the momentum on the side of Orleans, although they still will have some major catching up to do. From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together provided Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. We've reached halftime between these two Orange County combatants, and after 2 quarters on the Music Insurance scoreboard, it's the visitors from Paoli with the lead over Lady Bulldogs 35-16. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldogs sports.
All Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
This is Orleans sophomore guard Brooklyn Knight. Now back to more Lady Bulldogs basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, with nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. The ideal location to host any event. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings just north of Orleans, call 865-1313, 865-1313. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU sports. Q100 WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
35-16, Paoli with a 19-point lead on Orleans here at the break on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Lady Rams have led by as many as 23, and the main catalyst for the team from the county seat of Orange is their center, Jacqueline Rice. 6 field goals, 2 of which have been three-pointers, and 3 of 4 at the free throw line. 17 first-half points for the Paoli junior. Bella Brewster got Paoli off and running with 3 field goals, 2 of which were threes in the opening quarter of play. She has got 8, 4 each from Keaton Chastain, who has a field goal and 2 of 6 at the line. Callie Baker has 2 baskets for 4, and the other 2 points coming on a first quarter basket by Anna Hutchison. Madison Street started, has not scored, and Madison Cunningham, E.B. Kirby, Sierra Manship, and Audrey Blankenbaker have all played off the bench, but have not tallied. 2 fouls each on Chastain and Baker. Nobody else for Paoli had more than 1. For Orleans in the first half, the bulk of their offense has come from their newcomer, Sheridan Robbins, who finally has been cleared to play, and have the Lady Bulldogs been needing her. All she did in the first half was hit 4 field goals and 2 free throws, so she has 10 of the Orleans 16 points here at halftime. Sydney Moon off the bench has 4, and the only starter point for Orleans in the first half coming on a basket by Audrey Elrod, who had a steal and the field goal late in that second period. Haley Powell, Maddie Jones, Peyton Blanton, and Jackie Gherkin all starting, have not scored as yet for the Lady Bulldogs, and Brooklyn Knight and Jenna Whalen have come off the bench for Jared Gilbert's squad without scoring. So 10 from Sheridan Robbins leading the way. Haley Powell picked up 3 fouls in that first half. Maddie Jones, Peyton Blanton, 2 each. Nobody else had more than 1. 18-4 as the Lady Rams got out quick, and Orleans did recover a little bit. They actually tripled their output from the first quarter in the second, but Paoli nearly matched their total from the first with 17. And as we said, they led by as many as 23. They've got a 19-point advantage here at the break. We'll step aside for a quick one, and when we return, Kevin Terrell looks at the first half statistics. In a moment, this is Orleans girls basketball.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like Interstate and Deca batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
This is Orleans sophomore guard Jacqueline Gherkin, here every dribble, pass, and shot of Lady Bulldogs basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Back at the doghouse here for exciting Orange County girls basketball. Paoli laying the wood. Orleans early at 35-16 at the half. Let's do a quick look at the numbers for Paoli. 9 out of 15 from two-point range, 4 of 11 from downtown. Overall, that's 13 for 26, 50% shooting for the Rams. And quite frankly, they've had a chance to shoot better than that. They've missed several wide-open shots. 5 out of 10 from the foul line for 50%. 20 rebounds. They've out-rebounded us 20-12. 9 of those on the offensive end. The Rams turned it over 10 times. For Orleans, they shoot 7 of 23, 7 of 18 from two-point range and over 5 from downtown. That's 30%. 2 out of 4 from the foul line. We turned it over a whopping 13 times. They got out-rebounded 20-12 in the first half. 3 of those on the offensive end. Basically, Mike, it's gotten ugly early here at the doghouse. We'll see if we can do a little better in the second half. Back in 30 seconds for a second half action here at Orleans. You're listening to Orleans and Paoli girls high school basketball.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Orleans girls coach Jared Gilbert, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Lady Bulldog basketball all season long.
Ready to commence with the third quarter. Paoli will have the ball. Orleans will now be moving right to left here in the final 2 periods. They're in white. Paoli is in gold. Bella Brewster out of the floor with Callie Baker, Madison Street, Keaton Chastain, and Jacqueline Rice, who had that big first half of play. And out of the corner, Keaton Chastain lost it off her knee and out of bounds. Good defense by Jackie Gherkin to get a hand in there and deflect it off of Chastain. So Paoli starts the quarter with a giveaway. Now, Jones gets it ahead to Haley Powell. One-handed pass off to a wide-open Jackie Gherkin for the layup. Boy, the Lady Bulldogs slicing through the Paoli full court pressure that time. Now on the other end, Rice, weak side pass off to Chastain, who couldn't get the shot to go, but more free throws upcoming here. And they will put this one on Maddie Jones, and she has just picked up her third. So the Orleans bigs, Kevin, getting in foul trouble trying to defend the Paoli bigs.
Yeah, their quickness and athleticism and aggressiveness, quite frankly, have been more than we could handle. But how about the one-handed pass right there on the break? That's something that we have not seen her be able to do. It's a free throw, clanks long. I was impressed with Paoli's ability to pass it one-handed in the first half, but the Dogs do it to start the possessions here in the second half.
Keaton Chastain still struggling with her foul shots as she missed a pair. She's now just 2 of 8 at the line. Stays a 17-point lead, and Orleans turns it over. Somebody turned her back to the ball, and now Paoli loses it right back. So, boy, some miscues on both sides here as team's a little bit careless.
Rams got to maintain their intensity. It's tough to do when you got a big lead. Coach Blankenbaker, you know he wants to come out and dominate this third quarter. If you're the Dogs, you just want to win the second half. Don't worry about the final score particularly. You know you're outgunned in a match. You just got to find a way to show some improvement. So far, first minute of play anyway, off to a pretty good start.
Gherkin in there with Blanton, Elrod, Jones, and Powell. So both teams start with their original 5. Nice drive to the goal by Maddie Jones, blocked away by Rice. Picked up by Brewster into the front court to Street. Her pass is tipped away and stolen by Elrod. Audrey brings it back the other way. Gets around Brewster, kicks it on the wing to Blanton, whose shot is partially blocked. I don't know if I think Jared Gilbert mad at his team that time that they didn't get a better shot out of that particular sequence. Still 35-18, only 2-point score in the first 2 minutes, and it'll stay that way as Rice misses a point-blank shot. Nice save into Baker, who can't get the shot to go. Jackie Rice the rebound, and then as she tried to dribble it, goes off of her foot and out of bounds. So, tell you what, both coaches have to be frustrated with what they've seen from their team here in the first couple of minutes of the third quarter.
That was a play in the interior of the zone that Rice has been finishing in this game. This time she back-rimmed it, and a lot of sloppy ball handling and passing early in this half by both teams, really. Got to be able to take care of the ball and calm down a little bit. Paoli, you can tell, doesn't have quite the same fire in their belly they had to start the game.
Sheridan Robbins is checked back in, being hawked out there by Baker. turns her into the lane, hands off to Jones, drives it to the foul line, moves it off to Blanton right side. Peyton off the screen, comes over on the near side to Robbins. Sheridan on the dribble, slides off the foul screen, reverses the dribble, hands off to Elrod. She'll heave up a three and knock it down.
Good pass by Sheridan, turned down the ball screen, turned around and threw it left-handed, hit Elrod for the long-range jumper.
And down on the other end, a nice drive to the basket. Keaton Chastain finishing it off, count it, and one.
Well, while Orleans was celebrating the long three from Elrod, Paoli was taking the ball out, pushing it up the sideline, winning that sideline break that they've been known for years, and they'll have a chance for the three-point play.
As Chastain still can't get the free throw, but another rebound by Jacqueline Rice, who brings it out to the right side. Now heaves up a three. It's no good. And Maddie Jones the rebound. And now we'll get a reach-in foul here on Keaton Chastain, who stayed back to try to strip the ball away and has just picked up her third personal foul.
That's one thing that'll hurt Paoli against some better quality competition. They like to hang around after a defensive rebound. They don't get back well, and I think you can attack them in transition.
And almost a turnover. Tapped around, but Orleans comes out of there with it. Paoli by 16 as Elrod all the way to the goal and draws the foul from Jacqueline Rice. Good move that time by Audrey Elrod. Taking it against the taller players. Rice with her second personal foul. And you can see a lot more focus and intensity from this Orleans team here in the second half, as Audrey could not get the first foul shot to go.
Yep, I think somebody at halftime got the pilot light lit up for the Dogs. They're coming out with a little bit more fury, a little bit more passion, a little more gas in the tank. Right now they're outworking Paoli this half.
And the second free throw would not go. Neither team shooting the ball well at the line. Rice up the right side, stops, throws it out top now to Baker, drives it to the baseline, pulls up for the shot, and banks it off the glass.
That was impressive. Baker lost her balance, able to regather herself and go up with a nice kiss off the window.
39-21, and here's a foul at mid-court, as again, Orleans trying to throw over the top against this full-court pressure, and as Powell caught the pass, she was bumped and fouled by Jacqueline Rice, who picks up her third foul. So even though it's an 18-point game right now, your top two scorers are on the bench, Chastain and Rice, with 3 fouls each. So let's see if Orleans can take advantage here and whittle this lead down a little bit. Here's Blanton out front, reverses it on Street. Down the lane, throws it up, couldn't get it to go. Rebound tapped around, scramble for the loose ball, and I think we're going to have a jump ball, and it will stay on the offensive end for Orleans.
They with a nice move with the left hand, just didn't get it high enough on the glass for it to bank in. Scramble for the rebound, though, and Orleans will have it under their own goal.
Elrod to play it in, still looking underneath the basket. It goes into Jones, and it's taken away by Bella Brewster.
Bad screen action there by Orleans. They had a nice play set up, but you got to hit somebody on those screens. Didn't execute well there. They ended up turning it over.
Down to the corner. Here is Street wide open for three. Airballs that one. And they're going to get Anna Hutchison, who came in for Jackie Rice on a rebounding foul here, as Haley Powell had pretty good position.
Hutchison's a tall drink of water, isn't she? She is.
Listed at 6'1", but probably, or 6 foot, maybe more, closer to 6'1".
Doesn't have an extreme amount of hops, I wouldn't say, but
right.
She is tall and long in there coming off their bench.
Paoli continuing to apply full court pressure. Orleans breaks it into the front court. Robbins top of the key. On the dribble, little crossover move. Hands off now on the wing to Moon. Sidney takes it to the top of the key. Gives off now to Blanton, who goes over on the near side to Robbins. Trying to work that high screen and roll. Now step back three is no good by Sheridan Robbins, and we're going to get I think a rebounding foul. Sidney Moon snuck in for the offensive rebound, put it up and in, but it's not going to count. They say she got pushed before she put the shot back up.
Sheridan with a little old school move right there. Had the chicken wing out there, as Clark Kellogg would say. Had that look like a Heisman Trophy, trying to get that move off. Shoved off the Paoli defender and got away with it. Got that jumper off.
Foul on Brewster, her first, team's fifth already. Orleans has only committed 2 here in the quarter. We're in the third, 39-21, and here's a traveling violation on Sheridan Robbins. And you got to figure the young freshman at times may try to do a little bit too much. perhaps trying to make up for lost time. But
you can tell the Rams have made a conscious effort in this half, too, to not let her score, make someone else get something done, see if her teammates can get going a little bit.
3 rims out for Bella Brewster. Rebound Hutchison back to Brewster in the lane, puts it up, bounces around the rim a couple of times, and drops through.
Good rebound by Hutchison. Good job not panicking right after she got the rebound. She turned and looked for someone who had a better opportunity, and they get a bucket because of it.
10-point lead, or 10 points for Brewster to make it a 20-point lead. And then down on the other end is Audrey Elrod was driving the right side. Tried to kick it off on the weak side to Haley Powell. Is tipped away by a Paoli player. 3:22 to go in the third. Orleans trailing by 20. Robbins from the baseline. Underneath, intended for Elrod. Got it. Too far underneath the basket. Hits the bottom of the backboard. And the Lady Rams come out of there with it. Street into the front court to Baker on the right side. Stops. Jared Gilbert wanted a palming violation. Didn't get it. Orleans loses it anyway. Or Paoli lost it. Now Orleans turns it back over as we go back and forth. And that leads to a breaking layup by E.B. Kirby. Her first points of the game is right now, Kevin, Paoli really speeding up Orleans. There's a pull-up jumper right side. Sheridan Robbins had it pop out on her.
Hey, I like it, though. Paoli playing fast. That's what I think you should do. Get the ball up the floor, get those hit-ahead passes and play up-tempo. And Orleans trying to match it, just doesn't have the firepower or quite the conditioning that Paoli has. It's starting to show up a little bit.
Kirby works it in low to Hutchison, knocked away, scramble for the loose ball, and now we'll have, a timeout.
DJ Horton right on top of it said Paoli had possession and gives Scott Langenbaker the timeout.
And I think this will be a 30-second timeout, or will it be a full? It will be a 30-second timeout with 2:24 to go here in the third. The lead for Paoli on the Busick Insurance scoreboard is 22 at 43-21. For the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern value since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792.
Well, Mike, you're brilliant at reading those ads, but not as brilliant as a reader as the wonderful and talented McKenna Purley, who did the announcing for the homecoming earlier in the evening here before the varsity games. She announced that Duncan Gherkin, the homecoming king of this year for Orleans. Congratulations to Duncan, escorted by his sister, Jacqueline, before the game. And Jim and Jody, the parents of them, will be awfully proud.
And again, Paoli showing why they can get scoring all the way down the bench as Madison Street pops home a three-pointer from the top of the key, her first basket of the ball game, but it has given Paoli now their biggest lead of 25 at 46-21. As, again, Orleans turns it over. They tried an up-court pass. Now it's stolen back here by Haley Powell as she hung back and was able to retrieve the ball. Blanton against Street, who's in her face completely. Blanton drives it left, turns, hands off now to move. Sydney turns on Manship, who's back in there now for the Lady Rams.
Good move.
To Audrey Elrod, and she got hand-checked on her drive to the goal.
That's a good rip move by Audrey. That's something we've got to get better at, and you can see they're working on it. She ripped the ball from her left to her right, got the momentum going, got her lead foot ahead of the front shoulder of Paoli's defender, and able to get a foul. That's what you want to do. That's where you attack pressure.
And we got another foul. Now, they put that one on E.B. Kirby before, and before Orleans could even get the ball inbounds, they get Kirby on another personal foul, and she is hanging all over Peyton Blanton right now. And that is now the 7th team foul on Paoli. So the Lady Bulldogs will be in the bonus the rest of the contest. They were, I think, trying to figure out who committed the foul, but it is on Kirby. So Audrey Elrod, who just missed 2 free throws, will be up there to shoot a one in bonus, and that one would not go either. Sheridan Robbins, the rebound, And what do we have?
We have a lane violation on Paoli. It was Manship inside, stepped in the lane. So we'll try one more time with the 1-1.
Audrey, a reprieve. Let's see if she can cash in this time. And it rolls around the rim and spins out. Now we'll get Sheridan Robbins climbing the back of Manship, committing the rebounding foul.
Yeah, good block out there by Manship, making up for the mistake. And Paoli will have it under their own goal, up by 25, 46 to 21. Orleans going a little full court pressure here.
The third foul on Sheridan Robbins.
Trying to give them a little taste of their own medicine. Now there's a little violation reaching over the line there. Warning.
That's a warning, right. Next one will be a technical foul. Ball comes in now to Baker. Brings it up against heavy traffic, splits the defense, kicks it off the street, drives it to the baseline, and we'll get a hand check this time on Orleans.
Action so fast, maybe DJ Horton needed a whistle to catch his breath. There's a hand check foul, a little small change right there on the left corner. Paoli will have it under their own goal. Mike, I want to mention something about Paoli while I've got an opportunity here. I love the black knee braces on every kid on both knees. I think for girls basketball that's outstanding, and I wish every team would do that.
Here's Street out of the corner, hits another three.
As many knee injuries as girl basketball players have, I think wearing the double knee brace is a great thing. I think it's great for safety. I also think it looks good, and I'm glad Coach Blankenbaker has that done for the Rams. I think every team that's listening ought to do that.
Missed three by Elrod, put back by Gherkin, wouldn't go. The rebound pulled out of there by Kirby, and she is fouled by Audrey Elrod. As the Lady Rams, they gave up the first 5 points here of the third quarter, and have since scored 14 unanswered, and they have rolled to their biggest advantage now of 28 at 49-21 with 1:04 to go here in the third quarter. And again, pressure broken. There's Anna Hutchison wide open down on the other end for the easy layup, her 4th point. And Paoli making it look very, very easy. By the way, the sequence a little bit earlier, the foul was called on Sheridan Robbins, which was her 4th. There's a little floater in the lane, missed by Peyton Blanton, and Audrey Elrod could not come up with a rebound as all of a sudden Orleans has gone stone cold from the floor.
Paoli has it breaking on beautifully.
Missing the layup was Hutchison, but Baker, the rebound, couldn't get it to go, but she will be on the line twice.
Well, among the dominant factors in this game has been rebounding. Paoli out-rebounded Orleans 20-12 in the first half, and they've more than doubled them here in this quarter on the glass. Paoli's aggression and athleticism way more than the Dogs can handle tonight.
Callie Baker's 7th point, as that free throw is good. Second one good as well. She's got 8. And the lead just keeps getting bigger. It's 53-21. 32-point advantage on the Basic Insurance scoreboard. Half minute to go, third quarter. Blanton trying to get around Street. Down to the corner it goes to Elrod. Audrey facing up against Kirby. Tries to take it into the lane. Lost the handle. Fight for the loose ball, and we'll get a held ball. And it will belong to Paoli. So another Orleans turnover.
19 on the night for the Dogs. And then when you have almost more turnovers than you do points, 21-19, we just barely have more points than turnovers. You know it's been a long 3 quarters.
We'll play for the final shot of the third. 5 seconds to go. Into the front court comes Street. Tries to go down the corner. Tipped away. Stolen by Blanton with one. She'll get it ahead to Elrod, and her shot would not have counted as it came after the buzzer. So Paoli continuing to pull away. They have a big lead after 3 on the Basic Insurance scoreboard. 53-21. Lady Rams lead the Lady Dogs. Back for the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Orleans girls basketball.
Need some excavation work for a farm pond, waterway, basement, septic tank, or road grading? Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619. Lots of people know about Doherty's septic tank and sewer line installation and cleaning, but that's not the whole story. David Doherty is also a licensed plumbing contractor who loves doing the whole 9 yards. When you need to move 9 yards or more, get a free estimate from someone who has a full line of equipment to handle any job. Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619.
Do you ever get financial headaches? If so, come see me, Chris Manship, branch manager at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, in Orleans and Mitchell, and let us be the solution for all your financial needs. Here at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, we have proudly served our community since 1886. We value and cherish the relationships that we have built over the years. We are also proud to serve in Orange, Floyd, Lawrence, and Washington counties. You know us. We're your neighbors, your friends, and we consider you family. Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Statistician McKenna Purley, Mike Hamilton at the Doghouse in Orleans. We start the fourth quarter. Orleans in possession. They turn it over as they get it into the fast front court. And then it was Madison Street with the steal, getting it ahead to Keaton Chastain, who took it up the left side, laid it in, count it, and she'll have a chance at a three-point play as Lady Bulldogs just simply getting overwhelmed here tonight by a solid Paoli team. It's now 55-21. Chastain's free throw barely grazed iron. That's the only thing she hasn't done well tonight. She is just 2 out of 9 at the foul line. Make that 2 out of 10, I should say. It's 55-21. On the floor, Brooklyn Knight picks up the ball in low to Haley Powell, who forced one up, missed it. Rebound, Audrey Elrod. Back up, it's blocked away. Scramble for the ball, and Audrey comes out of there with it underneath the basket, lays it up and in. Good hustle that time by Audrey Elrod to stay with it. And that ends a 20-0 run for Paoli.
Well, we've managed to get both teams into the penalty, and I think we're going to have a parade to the foul line here as this game continues.
Jackie Gherkin.
Both teams playing aggressively, taking the ball to the rim. It's going to create a lot of fouls.
Keaton Chastain at the free throw line. As we said, 2 out of 10, make it 2 out of 11. But the offensive rebounds have skipped out long. Chastain goes down to Jackie Rice, and she'll score. Haley Powell gambled on the steal, couldn't get it, and that left Rice on a clear path to the basket. And again, how good is Paoli? Rice didn't even score in the third quarter, and yet Paoli outscored Orleans 18-5. That's the 19th point now for Jacqueline Rice, as Street picks the pocket of Brooklyn Knight, takes it to the other end, and scores 2 more.
I know it's a bitter pill to swallow for the Lady Dogs, Mike, but I love how aggressive Paoli has continued to be. They're not full court pressing anymore. They called that off when they got up to the 30 mark. But they're still playing hard. They're not taking anything for granted. They're doing exactly what their coach wants them to do, which is play full speed, up-tempo, high-pressure basketball for the entire game.
59-23, Powell. And again, even now, Paoli challenging every pass. Powell drives around Rice, takes it in, misses the shot, but does draw the foul.
You called that right. They're challenging every play. Every possession that Orleans has is difficult. Nothing is easy. Every pass is contested. Every shot, every dribble. Paoli is being aggressive and trying to do something about it. That's what will help Orleans in the future to play high-quality, high-energy teams like that. But it doesn't feel good right now, I can tell you, from that bench. When you're down there and you're just getting pounded, you kind of hope the other team will back off some. You know they shouldn't. You don't really want them to, but deep down you're thinking, man, let's just call it off. Give me a break. Give me a chance to breathe.
Haley does hit the second of 2. That is her first point of the ball game. She has been frustrated. She's 1 of 4 at the line, and Orleans now just 3 of 9 at the strike. They work it in low to Rice, pick and roll to a cutting Keaton Chastain, who couldn't hang on to it.
That's going to be a technical foul right there. They caught a Paoli player clapping in the face of an Orleans one, and Darren Wagner, who's quick with the technical foul anyway,
Wow.
Went ahead and gets it. It was Chastain who got fouled on the loose ball. She got up clapping. And in Darren Wagner's point of view,
they're going to put the foul. They're going to call Callie Baker for a foul. That is her third, and then a technical foul.
It was on Chastain, Mike.
Okay. Or did they?
Well, they
put the. I think they called the.
No, they
shot one free throw.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the free throw. That was the 1-on-1, which she missed, and now the technical free throw is coming for
that
Orleans.
foul was on Jenna Whalen, and then at the line, Sheridan Robbins to shoot 2 here on what is Chastain's 4th personal foul is up, and that one rattles the rim and drops through. So Sheridan has got 11 now, and it's 59-25 Paoli. So yeah, Jenna Whalen the foul for Orleans, and then Chastain missed the front end of the 1-on-1 with nobody in the lane, and then the 2 technical foul shots. Sheridan Robbins hits 1 out of those 2. Chastain stays in there as they allow Robbins to drive the lane. Missed it. Rebound Moon back up, blocked away. And Bella Brewster comes out of there with it. And now we've got a foul in the backcourt on Sydney Moon.
So the parade of the foul lines will continue. I will have to say I agreed with the call on the technical, but it might have been a little bit, they could have warned her, perhaps.
Less than 6 minutes left. 34-point lead. And Paoli has all 5 of their starters in.
Yes, they do. But out in his defense, he's subbed quite a bit throughout the game. Let's not say he didn't. He's played multiple people, ran them in and out.
Just pointing out a fact. Now Scott Blankenbaker will go to his bench. Keaton Chastain will come out, and Madison Cunningham in. Brewster missed the foul shot and missed that one as well. Boy, Paoli, Kevin, is an atrocious 7 of 19 at the free throw line. If this is a team that's going to expect to maybe go a long way in the tournament, they're going to have to do something about their foul shooting.
Yeah, maybe their concentration wanes a bit. I'm not sure. They have a couple of technique issues, too, I'm not crazy about. The way they line up with that free throw. We talked about Jewel McCormick last night's broadcast. I think they had the same issue at Paoli, not lining up correctly.
Missed 3 by Robbins. Rebound to Moon. Off now to Haley Powell from 16. That would not go. Rebound run down again by Sydney Moon. She's had a lot of offensive rebounds.
Got 5 of them, in fact.
Trouble underneath the basket. Gets it off to Robbins, who lost the handle, and Bella Brewster able to pick it up. 5 minutes left. Paoli by 34. Rice, left wing, playing with 4 fouls. Off now to Street for a 3. Short. And Robbins the rebound. She'll roar it back the other way. Pulls up on the wing. Looks, cross-courts it. And it's tipped away by Rice, and she cannot retrieve it before it heads out of bounds.
I like the idea of trying to throw the skip pass there with the 2-hand overhead pass, the most underrated pass in basketball, but Sheridan lobbed that one there. He got to put more force on it.
Whalen gets it baseline now to Robbins, drives it to the wing, kicks it off to Jenna. Takes it to the top of the key, now launches a 3, would not go. And it's Rice that comes out of there with it now for Paoli. Crosses the 10-second line, takes it down the lane, throws up a wild shot, missed it badly. Here is Robbins back the other way as Rice that time out of control. Steps back, launches a 15-footer, and swishes it.
Nothing but string music for Sheridan, who's having a big night on here. Debut, Good to see it.
She's got 13. Quick pull up on the other end by Baker, would not go. 59-27, Orleans now is on a 4-point run. They haven't done that much. Force pass stolen by Rice. Halfway through the final quarter, now Scott Blankenbaker says let's slow it down and work the half court.
I think he wants to kind of run some stuff. They're running their wheel action now. Apparently not nearly as good in the half court as they are when they have their running game going.
Nice move by Brewster. Got around Haley Powell, but she was able to reach in and poke the ball away.
I'm sure that future opponents for Paoli is going to want to slow it down.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, with nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs. the ideal location to host any event. So rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, 865-1313. Off the inbounds play, a cutting Jackie Rice could not finish off the layup, and Orleans comes out of there with it. They've held Paoli scoreless for over 2.5 minutes. In low, Moon backs her way in on Cunningham. Nice little drop step for the layup, and that is 6 now for Sydney Moon. 59-29, a 30-point Paoli lead now. They have led by as many as 36. Bad pass stolen away by Elrod. Up court to Maddie Jones, who has trouble coming up with the basketball and ends up losing it out of bounds. From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. 3 minutes left in this one. It is a 30-point Paoli lead. Lady Rams raced out to an 18-2 advantage and have never been headed since. In low, they try to go into Hutchison, and it is poked away by Sydney Owens, who's checked in now for the first time. Owens, a 5'7" sophomore, averaging a couple of points per contest, and both teams have just about cleared their benches. Street gets it in low to Hutchison underneath the basket, puts it up and in.
Good move by Hutchison there. Good footwork to be able to square herself to the goal. We see a lot of big struggle to do that, but Hutchison there was able to catch it, take her time, square it up, threw it up hard. It wasn't particularly beautiful, but she got it to fall.
Ends a 6-0 run by Orleans, 61-29 Paoli. Tori Greathouse into the ball game as well, off to Owens, who lost it, got it back, kicks it off now to Greathouse, who'll throw up a wild shot. Rebound Jones underneath, puts it up, it would not go. And it's Keaton Chastain out of there with it for Paoli. Quickly into the front court with 2:10 left. 32-point Paoli lead. They're about to win their 7th in a row and go to 9-1 and get a leg up here in conference action, as we said at the outset. First league game for both these squads. They tried to go down low on the looping pass to Streets, taken away by Moon, and now Sydney can't hang on to the ball, and it's picked up by Paoli. As the Lady Rams will just look to take some more time off the clock. They'll have a tough one coming up on Tuesday. They'll take on North Harrison. As there's a three from the top of the key, good, by Audrey Blankenbaker, who is making her second appearance of the night. So, again, the scoring coming from everywhere for Paoli. Jones, high post, 15-footer, off target. Rebound grab by Cunningham. And as we said, Orleans will travel to Trinity for a matinee affair on Saturday. Chastain all the way in, puts it up, no good. Ball tapped around, Chastain gets it back. Minute to go now as Paoli leads by 35. Off now to Cunningham. And Scott Blankenbaker says, let's spread the floor a little bit here. And not going to try to run it up too much here on Orleans. But they have been the ones in command. And now we've got an official timeout here. As Greg Hammond fake tying a shoe just so Paoli could get a couple of subs in. How's that?
Hey, I like it. He knows the situation. Get those kids some minutes. Both teams, in fact, getting some fresh bodies in there. So I don't know why he bothered to fake tie the shoe, but nevertheless, I think his heart was in the right place.
Kayla Bailey is into the ball game now. So is Maddie McDonald. McDonald 5'7" sophomore. Bailey a 5'4" sophomore. Again, just two seniors on this Paoli team. So, as we said, the best may still be yet to come for this Paoli squad, but the same can be said for Orleans as well. Here's another three. Good again by Audrey Blankenbaker.
I don't think he wanted her to shoot that, but it was wide open. So said, hey, I'm firing away. I'm wide open. I'm knocking down this three, and she did it. Beautiful looking shot.
67-29. Final 5 seconds left in this one. Here is Whalen out beyond the arc, tries to heave up a three. It is no good, as time expires here in this one. Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual. Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Paoli Lady Rams flexing their muscles here tonight, and it leads to a rout of Orleans. They jumped out 18-2, led by 19 at halftime, 32 after three quarters, and end up winning this one by 38. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. The Paoli Lady Rams 67, the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 29. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
When it comes to buying insurance, you want a company that will take the guesswork out of finding the proper coverage at premiums that are affordable. At the Busick Insurance Agency in Orleans, your auto owner's agent, they'll work with you to determine the right amount of coverage. To get the best protection for home, health, auto, life, and business, call Patton or Brett Busick or Josh Crocker or Richard Grace at the Busick Insurance Agency, your auto owner's agent on East Jefferson Street in Orleans at 865-2626. Busick Insurance, a proud supporter of Orleans Bulldog sports.
All Brothers Transportation in Orleans, a name that has stood for dependability for many years, is proud to continue their support of the Orleans Bulldogs and to the many events and activities of the school and the community as well. They realize the importance athletics have on our young people in building character and to adults in experiencing the thrill of high school sports. Hall Brothers Transportation has been serving the shipping needs of much of the Midwest, providing the link to keep businesses strong and our area's economy growing.
Hall Brothers Transportation, Highway 37 in Orleans, serving the area since 1979.
Orange County REMC is now offering you affordable protection for your home. Home security systems are available for members and non-members and will provide protection from fire, carbon monoxide, and theft. These systems are continuously monitored, so you'll have a peace of mind whether you're at home, work, or on vacation. You might even qualify for a discount on your homeowner's premium. Packages starting at $199 with monitoring starting at $24.95. For more information on these home services, call Orange County REMC at 812-865-2229.
Oftentimes, first impressions start with your car. What does your car say about you? Hi, I'm JC Watson with Super Clean Car Wash. A dirty and messy car can give the impression that you're disorganized or just don't care. Make a sparkling impression that lasts. Stop by one of our Super Clean Car Wash locations. In Bedford, we are located behind McDonald's, or find us in Orleans on Main Street. Super Clean Car Wash. It's not clean till it's super clean.
Whalen, and you're listening to Lady Bulldogs basketball on Q100.
For your next reception, party, meeting, or any special occasion, the perfect place to have it is Robinson Auctions and Gatherings. With nearly 12,000 square feet of open space, a warming kitchen, restroom facilities, and plenty of tables and chairs, it's the ideal location to host any event. To rent out the barn at Robinson Auctions and Gatherings, just north of Orleans, call 865-1313, 865-1313. Before we start our post-game activities from the Doghouse, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Orleans Girls Basketball.
Your home for Blackhawk, Bulldog, Ram, and IU sports. Q100 WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
From the varsity all the way down to the elementary grades, your friends at Scott Doherty Trucking are proud to salute each student-athlete for their hard work and dedication in continuing the legacy of excellence that is Lady Bulldogs basketball. Good luck all season long from everyone at Scott Doherty Trucking in Orleans, keeping America's economy on the move. Back at Orleans High School, where I don't know about you, Kevin, but I'm convinced this Paoli girls basketball squad for real. What a performance they put on here tonight as they jumped on Orleans right from the get-go and pretty much never let up, empowering their way to a 38-point victory.
I'll tell you what's scary, Mike. I think they've got some room for improvement, too. I think they can do some stuff athletically to try to get quicker. I don't think that their defensive stance is as good as it could be, as it might be by the time February rolls around. And Obviously they missed some shots from the foul line. They missed some wide open looks from the three, but I was really impressed with how well they passed the ball, how well they caught the ball, how aggressive they were. Really, for the entire game, they played relentless basketball. That's what I associate with Paoli's boys program when they had Coach Brown. Now that they have Dusty Cole, a team that plays relentless, 32 minutes of basketball over the place. That's what their girls did tonight. They were just by far the most aggressive, athletic team on the floor, and they took it to us tonight.
Let's take a look at the scoring for the Lady Rams. They're now 9-1 on the year, 6-1 away from home, as we talked about their first conference game, so they are 1-0. Scott Blankenbaker uses all 12 that he dressed. 8 of those score, 2 in double figures, and 2 others that came within or 3 others, I should say, coming within a basket of hitting that double-digit range. Jackie Rice, what a contest she had. The junior finishing with a game-high 19 points, including 12 of those in that second quarter, as Paoli really took command of this one. The other double-figure scorer was Bella Brewster. She had 10. She got Paoli off and running with 8 first-quarter points, including 2 3-point baskets. 3 other starters had 8. Keaton Chastain, Madison Street, and Callie Baker. So again, those 3 within a basket of having all 5 starters in double figures. But off the bench, Audrey Blankenbaker hit 2 3-pointers late for 6. Anna Hutchison, 3 field goals for 6. And the other 2 points coming on a basket by E.B. Kirby. Only Madison Cunningham, Maddie McDonald, who played very late, Sierra Manship, and Kayla Bailey, who played just at the end, did not score. For the Orleans Lady Bulldogs, now 2-7 on the year. They've lost 3 straight now. They stand 2-4 at home, and this, like Paoli, their first conference affair. Sheridan Robbins, who tore her ACL back in March and has been rehabbing, been practicing on a limited basis, finally got the clearance to play, and boy, did she show how much she will be needed on this Orleans team. 13 points tonight to lead her team in scoring, 5 field goals, 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. Audrey Elrod finishes with 7. One of her 3 baskets was a triple, but then it drops off significantly after that. Actually, Sydney Moon had 6 off the bench, but then only 3 other points. A basket by Jackie Gherkin in the third quarter, and Haley Powell had a fourth quarter field goal, as Maddie Jones and Peyton Blanton starting did not score, nor did Tori Greathouse, Brooklyn Knight, Jenna Whalen, and Sydney Owens, who came off the bench. Fairwood led 18-4 after 1. They extended it to 35-16 by halftime, led 53-21 after 3. They would lead, they actually scored the final 8 points of the game, so that 38-point margin representing their biggest advantage of the contest. We'll take a quick break and look at our first half, or our final statistics in the game. In the, final here tonight on the Basic Insurance scoreboard, 67-29 as Paoli takes out Orleans. This is Lady Bulldogs basketball.
Whether you work on cars as a hobby or do it for a living, it's nice to know there's AAA Auto and Truck Parts in Orleans. With over 175 years of combined experience, Rick Jones and his staff will help you find the right part at the right price. With a 1 million item inventory and limited free delivery, AAA Auto and Truck Parts can usually get what you need right away, like interstate and deck batteries for the dependable starts all winter long. A wide array of chemicals, including fuel injection cleaners and air brake antifreeze, wiper blades, belts, hoses, and the list goes on. For the parts you need and the service you deserve, come to AAA Auto and Truck Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square or call 865-4444.
If you're looking to buy or sell residential, commercial, or farm property, then give the folks at Boyer Real Estate in Paoli a call. For over 45 years, Boyer Real Estate has made a lot of people happy by finding the right home for them. Whether you're needing a new house, a larger home, or are interested in buying an existing business, make an appointment now to see the professionals at Boyer Real Estate and find out how you can qualify for a no down payment home. It's your choice, so trust the buying and selling of your property to Boyer Real Estate. State certified appraisers in Paoli, 723-2291.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your life. lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell, at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Orleans sophomore center Sydney Owens. Don't miss a second of the action of Lady Bulldogs basketball by keeping it tuned here to Q100.
Back again at Orleans High School, where the Lady Bulldogs fall tonight to Paoli, 67-29 the final score. Kind enough to join us after the ball game, Orleans head coach Jared Gilbert. And Coach, what can you say? We found out just how real this Paoli team is.
Yeah, we knew they were good coming in, and from what I've seen, they were better than advertised tonight. We didn't really have any answer early on for the Rice girl, and we knew we had to slow her down, but we just couldn't. We challenged them at half to make sure she didn't beat us in the second half, and they did a much better job in the second half. But by that time, it was kind of out of reach. So. They're good, and then they make shots. When they make outside shots, they're almost unbeatable. And with their inside-outside game, they're as tough as anybody.
I was going to say they are just so deep that it is really hard to concentrate on any one person.
Yeah, well, it was one of those games I didn't feel like we could do that. With a box of one or triangle of two, they just have so many weapons that we had to worry about everybody on the floor, and so. It was a tough matchup. We knew it was going to be a challenge coming in, and we didn't make enough shots to stay close or to keep us competitive. But I feel like our girls didn't quit.
Well, my old friend Jerry Hoover ran D1 camps forever. I don't know if you know Coach Hoover or not, but he used to set me down up there when I was a young coach up there at Fort Wayne, and he said, "Kevin, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you just need to go home and start drinking heavily." And I think that's really all I can tell you tonight about this one. Paoli just overwhelmingly better than you guys with athletically, and I thought with their aggression and power, and they're just good. And that's what they're the point where you guys need to be in 2 or 3 years, playing as many young people as you are. That gives you a mark, a goal. That's what we need to develop and be into. In 3 years from now.
And that's exactly what we told them. We said that's the type of team we want to be. We want to be someone that they have to guard 5 people on the floor, and that we're a physical team and we're a tough team. And that's exactly what we talked about. And that's a team that I think if we could become, it's going to take a lot of hard work, and we definitely got to get better. But we are playing a lot of young kids, and they're working hard. They're just right now physically outmatched tonight, and really didn't have an answer for
Well, speaking of hard work, I know because her trainer, one of my good friends, Rod Root, and he'll be tickled to death to know how well Sheridan played tonight in her debut.
Right.
She's been working out 10, 12, 14 times a week with Rod. He's one of the absolute best athletic trainers. He needs to pay me a commission for all the people that's listening and are thinking, hey, I'm going to take my kid up there. But he worked her hard to get her ready, and you got to be proud of her effort coming off the bench. Varsity debut, gets 13 points against a top-quality opponent.
Oh, yeah. Sheridan, she's worked her butt off to try to get back to this point. And, she's just going to get better and better as the year goes on. She's not 100% yet, but she gives us another weapon there. She can come in and score for us. She'll get better. She can become probably one of our best ball handlers. If not, she will be. And so, she's just a freshman that she has no fear, and she comes in there and she acts like she didn't miss a game as far as I'm concerned.
And that's what this game was, to me, was about. I wrote down imagination. That's what this game was about. Is can you imagine how good you could be 3 years from now if everybody dedicated themselves to working from a physical standpoint, quickness, explosion, strength, jumping ability, as she is working with Rod. If everybody did that and said, I'm doing that too, what could you be? You could be a team that could be even more athletic and explosive than Paoli is right now.
Right, and I think we definitely got the tools there to possibly have that done, and it's up to the girls to work with what they have. And like we talked about with our shooting, I said it's not going to magically all of a sudden become better. And if you put the time in and you get in the gym and shoot the basketball, then we'll be someone that can score more than 29 points. But we got to have people put the ball in the basket, and against good teams or whoever we're playing, we got to find ways to score more than what we're scoring right now. And Sheridan helps there for sure, but we got to have other people that step up. But we got to be a more rounded team, in my opinion.
We thought they sped you up tonight. It wasn't particularly that they. I mean, you had 26 turnovers. Let's not kid ourselves, but I didn't think that their full court pressure particularly bothered you. But when you broke it, you were hurried so much you were unable to calm down and knock shots in.
Yeah, I agree, and that's something we worked on for a week now, is their press, and for the most part we handled that part. But yeah, you're right. Once we got into half court, I didn't feel like we attacked good enough at times, and the way we were struggling with the half court defense, it's something we got to find ways to score. And right now we're struggling in the half court offense, and if we can take advantage, try to get to the foul line or whatever ways we can get people open, we got to do more of. And they definitely hurried us up at times. So credit to them, physical, and our girls really didn't handle it very well and turned it over a lot because of it.
Coach, before the game, we talked about how busy this stretch of the schedule is. So really not much turnaround time, and one day of practice tomorrow, and then right back at it with Trinity on Saturday. Right. And then it all starts again next week.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. And Trinity's another big physical team, and rank up there with one of the better teams that we've played this year as well. So going there now, it's not going to be easy, but our girls got a quick recovery, got a day to kind of prepare and get some shooting in and get her legs back a little bit, and then go on the road and a tough place to play. We'll go over there and compete and do our best, and hopefully we can work on some things that we didn't do well tonight.
All right, Coach, thanks for the visit. Good luck in these games coming up. We'll have you a week from tonight when you head down to Perry Central.
All right, I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks.
All right, that is Jared Gilbert, the head coach of the Orleans Lady Bulldogs, joining us after the contest tonight as Paoli defeats his squad by a final count of 67-29. We're going to get Scott Blankenbaker on here momentarily, but he had to run and take care of a matter. So in the meantime, Kevin, let's run through the final statistics.
I'd be happy to. For Paoli and Coach Blankenbaker's ball club, they shoot 18 for 30 from two-point range. That is a whopping 60%. 8 out of 19 unofficially from downtown. Overall, that's 26 for 49, 53% shooting for them. They're big, I guess you would say, fly in the ointment for them. Free throws, 7 out of 19 is all Paoli can muster from the line. That's a paltry 36%. They turned it over 18 times compared to 13 assists, and they out-rebounded Orleans, 37-30. 14 of those 37 were on the offensive end. For Orleans, well, the struggles season-long shooting continue. They shoot 12 for 47 total. That's just 26%. 11 out of 37 from two-point range, 30%, just 1 out of 10 from downtown at obviously 10%. 4 of 11 from the line. That's not very good either, 36%. We had 25 turnovers compared to just 4 assists. Really just a complete and total dominant performance by Paoli from stem to stern, from beginning to end. From top to bottom, it was a dominant performance by the Lady Rams, who I think are well-deserved to be in that next coach's poll when that comes out. Time for the pollsters to pay a little more attention to what's going on down here in Orange County. Rams looking tough to beat.
I'm wondering why they're not. I know our guest here, Paoli coach Scott Blankenbaker, knows he can't win games with the poll, but the recognition certainly very big as well. But Coach, certainly what an impressive performance by the girls tonight, and yet we kind of got the idea that there are still some areas where maybe you could work on it and still get even better. So that's what's amazing about this team. You win by 38, and yet there's still some areas that I'm sure that when you go back and look at the tape, it's like, I know we can improve on this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the frustrating part about this team, is they'll have moments of just absolute greatness, and everything looks good and everything's flowing, and then they'll have long stretches, and I thought we had it in the third quarter of where we just had a total lapse of concentration, and that's going to happen. Good teams are going to make runs on you. That's just how it happens in the second half. And I told them coming out, I thought, Orleans, again, and I told David Burt this a while ago, the score, to me, is not indicative to how I thought Orleans played. I thought they played hard. I mean, they were physical. They had some shots that just didn't fall. But Jared's he's got a pretty bright future. I'm telling you, in a couple of years, the dogs are going to be pretty daggone good. And we were just a little bigger, a little stronger, probably a little quicker in some spots, but they've got a bright future in the next couple of years. And I'm glad we could get them tonight for sure, because I think it's going to be a little tougher as the years go on for us to get a good win against these guys.
It's no surprise, again, about the depth of this squad, but it is just amazing. I mean, Bella gets you going there in the first quarter, then Jackie's second quarter big, and then Callie steps up in the third quarter. So if somebody's shut down, there's always seems to be somebody else right there to step up.
Yeah, and that's the thing with us right now is we're getting to the point where I don't think it's going to be easy for a team to come in and focus just on one player or even two players, because I think we've got a couple of kids that can step up on any given night. And Belle was shooting the ball well. If it wouldn't have been for Belle in the first quarter getting us going, she hit a couple of threes, I think, in the first quarter. That was big. Keaton, everybody's going to say Keaton had an off night. She only had 8 points. Well, you know what? She probably had 8 points, probably had 6 or 8 rebounds, and probably had, a couple of really good defensive stops. So did she have an off night? No, she didn't have an off night. If I could keep, we had 4 or 5 kids close to double figures. And anytime you can have that, that's not going to be bad.
Yeah, 3 starters came within a basket of having all 5 starters in double figures.
And the bright part of this, in my mind, anyways, is that Madison Street's starting to go back to the Madison of old, looking to score, pressure on defense, hitting layups. And, I thought Madison did an extremely good job tonight defensively, causing turnovers. I thought Callie Jo Baker did a great job. Robinson is back for the first time this season. She's going to be a good ball player. She's got a lot of great things ahead of her. And, she had 10 of their first 16 points in the first half. And, a focus of ours is in the halftime, I told them, I said, look, I'm going to put our best senior defender on their best freshman player. And I said, we better come out on top of that battle. And I thought for the most part, Callie Jo did a really, really good job on her the second half, and the other kids that ended up guarding her. I think she only had 3 points the second half. Does that sound right? So, we did what we were supposed to do. And, defensively, I think we're getting a little better. I think we're getting to the point where we're holding some teams down, under 45 points. That's our goal, is hold anything under 40, 45 points a game. And anytime you can do that, you're going to usually come out on top. And I think we ended up winning the rebounding battle, too. So those are two big keys for us.
Well, I know you're going to get going. I would like to have like a 30-minute post-game show where you and I just sit around and talk hoops. You and I don't really know each other, but I really like your team, a bunch of stuff about your team, and I thought I was going to talk a couple about them. One I mentioned on the air, I love the knee braces.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not being funny about that. Girls have so many knee injuries that I have recommended forever that every team wear double knee brace, brace on both knees.
Yep.
Everybody should do it. You're the only team I've seen in years that's doing that.
Well,
talk a little bit about that decision and why you guys decided to do that.
Well, we have a rule, and the rule is if you're going to wear them, your butt better be on the floor when there's a ball loose on the floor. And we get on the floor a lot. So I have no problem with them wearing those knee pads or hex pads, whatever they call them. But and I told them, I said, it's not going to be one player, it's not going to be 2 players. If we're all wearing them, we're all wearing them. And that means when you're on the floor, you best be on the floor going for loose balls, and they do.
I think for the girls, I think it adds the extra element of support, and I think we all know that girls have trouble with their ACLs. Valley particularly has had many girls throughout the years get injured, and I've always recommended they do something. Haven't been able to talk our Valley girls into doing it, but I'm happy that you guys are. I was impressed fundamentally with some of the things you guys did, with the ability to catch the ball, number one. I thought you guys caught the ball in the run better than teams I've seen all year. I thought your ability to make one-handed passes, clearly something that you've worked on and do and emphasize. That's a crucial skill. You see, I thought the Orleans girls, they struggle. They have to make every pass with 2 hands. They have to make every catch with 2 hands. They struggle to catch it if it's not perfectly to them. I thought you guys were able to do some things like that. That's clearly something you guys have worked on.
We do. And I'm as big a fundamental guy as there is. I mean, I'm old school. I want fundamentals. We work on passing drills daily in practice. We do a lot of different stuff. But we also have kids that I know can make those one-handed passes. We have kids that are, if we met, Jackie Rice sees the floor as well as anybody we got on the team. And if you don't have your hands up and ready, she's going to pop you in the face.
Yeah, these things
have to be ready.
These things matter. The ability to have your hands show your target, so people know. People say, well, they won't throw me the ball. Well, you didn't have your hands up, so they shouldn't throw you the ball. And I just thought with little things like that, I thought offensively, particularly, I thought you guys were higher level than Orleans is clearly, and a lot of teams around the area. Now, defensively, I think you'll see on tape you're not quite as good as you want to be. You're not low enough in your stance, and you're kind of reactive to things rather than making things happen, which is why I wrote, you've got a lot of meat on the bone still. There's a lot of individual improvement you guys can still make. You guys ceiling very high, I think.
And we get very, very, and I'll just go ahead and say it, we get lazy on defense. And we get lazy because we're trying to do that extra thing. Jackie will let somebody beat her so she can block her from behind. Just little stuff like that. But we're getting better at that. We're getting to the point where, again, Madison Street is right now one of the better defenders I've seen for a while. And if we can get the rest of them to buy into it, which our sophomores do. I think our sophomores, when we put them on the floor, even in the JV game, I think our sophomores are very, very good defenders. And we're getting some of our bigs right now that are starting to defend well. We just got to make sure that we don't forget what end of the floor we're on. We go on the offensive end of the floor, and, buddy, they work hard. I mean, they're cutting hard. They're doing what they're supposed to. We got to have the same effort on the defensive end, and it's getting better. That gap is closing.
And you had about 6 or 7 turnovers in the first half, especially where you guys didn't catch the ball low. You caught it standing up, so you shuffle your feet when you try to take off. That's, again, a lot of meat on the bone, a lot of possessions there. You had some free throws tonight that weren't very good. You'll be able to fix that, I think, because those are very fixable products. I made a note about her free throws, by the way, during the game. We may talk off air, but those things are fixable, too. Again, a lot of meat on the bone still for this team. I think your ceiling, again, I think the ceilings are, very high here for what you guys can achieve.
Our free throws, the game, but not the Lanesville game, but the game before that, I think it was, we had 3 girls that were perfect from the line. And it's so funny how a different atmosphere changes your free throws. We were getting up and down a lot, and I could tell some of them legs were a little gone. And when that happens, that's when you got to use your legs even more. You got to use them even more to get to the point where you get your free throw, keep your elbow in, and really concentrate. And sometimes you lose concentration. But like you said, those are things that are easily fixed. And it's nice that we're getting wins like we are, knowing that we got a long way to go yet, and we do have a long way to go. So hopefully by tournament time we're going to be where we need to be.
And Coach, while it may be fun to be 10-0 right now, the loss to Brownstown, I'm sure you probably use to your advantage to help keep the girls grounded and down to earth, and to make sure they know they still have to come out ready and focused every single time.
We go back to that loss a lot, even in practice, just from the fact that we came out and I thought we were over hyped for that game. I thought we come out, we were too anxious, we were too, I thought we dumped our adrenaline in about the first 2 minutes of the game, and then it was over after that. And we use that a lot in practice, because we get to the point where we go and we say, hey, we're not going to come out and have slow starts like this. We're not going to come out and end up like Brownstown, to where we're not getting anything accomplished on the offensive end, or we're letting them do this. So, they keep that in the back of their mind. They are really, really excited for the chance to play them again, because we might get to play them again at the Toby Yoho tournament here in a couple of weeks. So they're really excited. They want a little redemption. So it'll be fun if we can get matched up with them. Carla does a great job over there. She gives us fits every year. So, she's a good coach, and they got a good team. And there's a reason we played bad, because they were pretty daggone good. But we're ready.
Speaking of pretty darn good, your next opponent coming up is going to be that way with North Harrison.
Yeah, they're probably going to be the best team we'll see all year. We played them in the scrimmage this year, and we only had a week of practice, and we competed extremely well. So I was very, very excited to hear the girls even talk about. And we weren't, and don't take this the wrong way, we weren't overlooking Orleans by no means, but we had some chatter in the locker room. We had some chatter in practice, wanting to know, hey, how are we going to defend this? What are we going to do here? So they're looking forward to that challenge, and it's going to be a fun night Tuesday night. Hopefully we come out and play well and get us a W against a very, very good team.
All righty. Coach, congratulations on the win tonight. Looking forward, in a little over a month from now, we'll be making the trip over with Springs Valley to your place, and looking forward to another great matchup. Always love the atmosphere. They had the band tonight, king crowning and everything, and the kids have to eat that up.
Oh, they do. They love it. It's a good place to play. I mean, I've played here, I've coached here, and it's just a fun atmosphere. It's a great gym. They do a really good job. They've got good fan support here. We've got a good fan support base too, and it's just a fun atmosphere. And for the kids to get to enjoy that, these are the memories that you're going to, 20, 30 years from now. I can still tell you when I played Orleans what I scored and what the guy who was guarding scored and who they were. These are things that they're going to take with them down the road, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. Good competition, and Orleans, like I said, Orleans has got a good, bright future in front of them. I think Jared's going to be very pleased the next couple of years.
All right, Coach, thanks for the visit. Looking forward to seeing you in January.
All righty, thank you.
That is Scott Blankenbaker, the head coach of the Paoli Lady Rams, joining us after the contest as Paoli wins it tonight 67-29. Kevin, did you finish up the final numbers?
I did, in terms of the team. I do have some rebounding stats, though. He was pretty close on his guesses. I'll go ahead and do both teams. For Paoli, Bella Brewster managed to pull down 3 rebounds. Keaton Chastain had 7. She was very aggressive. Madison Street had 2. Callie Baker had 3. Madison Cunningham with 4. E.B. Kirby had 1. Anna Hutchison had 3. And I don't know if we have an award. We don't. Or if we had some sort of sponsored award for the hardest working player of the night or the chairman of the board or whatever, chairwoman of the board, Jacqueline Rice, would have had it tonight. She had 13 rebounds. For Orleans, Audrey Elrod had 4. Haley Powell had 4. Peyton Blanton had 1. Jackie Gherkin had 1. 5 each for Sydney Moon and Sheridan Robbins. Sydney's were all on the offensive end. And the leading rebounder for Orleans was Maddie Jones. She had 8.
Shooting tonight, Jackie Rice, 7 of 15, 2 of 4 from downtown. Bella Brewster, 4 of 6, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc as well. Callie Baker was 3 out of 9. Anna Hutchison, 3 out of 4, while E.B. Kirby dished out 4 assists tonight, and Madison Street had 3 helpers in the contest. For Orleans, Sheridan Robbins, and I'm sure her shooting touch will come at some point. She missed all 5 of her 3-point attempts, but she ended up 4 for 12 for the contest. Tough night for the freshman Haley Powell, just 0 for 6, and she has to be a prime focus for a lot of teams as well, Kevin. So certainly the focus was on her, and she struggled a little bit tonight, as did Maddie Jones, who was 0 for 4, and Peyton Blanton, another freshman, who was 0 for 4 from the field.
No doubt that the Paoli staff knew exactly what they had to do to handle those youngsters from Orleans. Had a good game plan. I thought Paoli's defensive length was a problem in terms of their full court pressure. The game got a little bit too fast for what Orleans could handle. I have a few local scores to give real quick. Crawford County beat Mitchell tonight 61-55. I think that's a little bit of an upset. B&L beat Seymour 72-41. That's a good win. Eastern Pekin, who is playing extremely well again this year, they just pounded West Washington tonight. This margin's a little bit surprising to me. 71-39 is the score there. We have the Paoli score here. 67-29 was how it turned out. Reveille beat South Knox 39-27. Also tonight, all sorts of games on a busy weekend or weekday night. Here at our team, we'll have here pretty soon Linton, where Valley will go play the Linton Miners. They won over Clay City tonight, 45-22. Linton off to a best start in school history. Their girls program starting to roll. Valley will see them soon.
All right, that'll be on Saturday. 67-29, your final as Paoli defeats Orleans on the Busick Insurance scoreboard. Back with some final thoughts and a look ahead when we come back. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
Need some excavation work for a farm pond, waterway, basement, septic tank, or road grading? Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619. Lots of people know about Doherty's septic tank and sewer line installation and cleaning, but that's not the whole story. David Doherty is also a licensed plumbing contractor who loves doing the whole 9 yards. When you need to move 9 yards or more, get a free estimate from someone who has a full line of equipment to handle any job. Call Doherty's Excavating and Services in Orleans at 865-2619.
Do you ever get financial headaches? If so, come see me, Chris Manship, branch manager at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, in Orleans and Mitchell, and let us be the solution for all your financial needs. Here at Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, we have proudly served our community since 1886. We value and cherish the relationships that we have built over the years. We are also proud to serve in Orange, Floyd, Lawrence, and Washington counties. You know us. We're your neighbors, your friends, and we consider you family. Mid-Southern Savings Bank, FSB, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Orleans Junior forward Tori Greathouse. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Lady Bulldogs basketball.
Landis Insurance in Orleans is serious about protecting you and your interests. They represent Hastings Mutual, and Landis is ready to satisfy your auto, business, farm, home, or other insurance needs. Hastings Mutual and Landis together providing Midwestern values since 1885. Call the Landis Agency in Orleans at 865-4792. Back for the final time at the Doghouse, where Orleans falls tonight to their rivals from Paoli, 67-29, the final score. And one of the numbers I thought impressive tonight, Paoli had 13 assists on their 26 baskets. So half of their field goals coming with a helping hand.
Yeah, and I also felt like that even though they shot 53%, this is going to sound ridiculous, but I didn't think they shot it all that well. They had a lot of wide open shots because they passed the ball so well to each other. They were very unselfish, and they were just very impressive. And if you're Coach Gilbert and his family that's on his staff, you're on the way home, you're listening to us perhaps, all I got to say is sometimes you're the dog, sometimes you're the fire hydrant. Tonight, it was the latter. Nothing you can do except try to bounce back, have a really solid practice tomorrow, and get ready for future games, especially starting this weekend.
All righty. By the way, we didn't get a chance to go over the JV. It was a thriller tonight as Orleans pulled it out down the stretch, beating Paoli 27-24, so they avenged an earlier loss to the Lady Rams when they played them back when one of the other teams that they played on varsity didn't have a JV team. So they're 6-3 on the year. Shelby Whitaker had 8 to lead the way there. Tori Greathouse had 7, and Jenna Hall had 6 in the victory. So Orleans moves on. They'll take on Trinity Lutheran in Seymour on Saturday. As we talked about, Paoli will host North Harrison coming up on Tuesday. Jacqueline Rice leads a balanced attack. 19 points tonight. Bella Brewster adds 10. As the Lady Rams pull away, they're now 9-1 on the year, 6-1 away from home as they win their first conference game. They've now won 7 straight overall, while the Lady Bulldogs, paced by Sheridan Robbins, making her debut, the freshman with 13 points in the contest. He's going to be a good one, certainly, as Audrey Elrod chipped in with 7, and Sydney Moon off the bench had 6, but Orleans now 2-7 on the year, 2-4 here on the home floor as they've dropped 3 straight. And as we talked about, they'll try to break that skid on Saturday against Trinity. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Orleans and Paoli High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's contest as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Don't forget, we'll have the Valley Boys coming up tomorrow night as they will host Crothersville, 7:15 on the air, 7:30 the scheduled tip, and then make sure you're with us for our next broadcast of the Orleans Ladies. 1 week from tonight, we'll be down in Leopold as the Lady Bulldogs take on the Lady Commodores of Perry Central. That will be an 8 o'clock start time there with our broadcast coverage to begin around 7:45. For our studio engineer this evening, Randall Ham, our statistician for tonight's contest, McKenna Purley, and for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fond and pleasant farewell from the Doghouse in Orleans, where tonight's final score on the Busick Insurance scoreboard, the Paoli Lady Rams 67, the Orleans Lady Bulldogs 29. This is Orleans Girls Basketball.
WFLQ thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation of Orleans Basketball. It's been brought to you by Boyer Real Estate for residential, commercial, or farm property with offices in Orleans and Paoli. Music Insurance in Orleans for home, farm, health, auto, life, and business. AAA Auto Parts on the south side of the Orleans Square. Hall Brothers Transportation in Orleans, meeting the shipping needs of the area for more than 3 decades. Sullivan Financial of Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Super Clean Car Wash, Maple Street, Orleans. Mid-Southern Savings Bank, Highway 37 South in Orleans, banking the way it used to be. And by Orange County REMC, offering affordable long distance. High school basketball presentation of Q100 Sports. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.